This week, for our 5 minute marketing hour, our topic is the biggest lessons we've learned from our clients so far in 2023 that are helping shape our outlook for 2024. Josh and Tom, what do you guys have?
Oh, he started. Oh, right after she finished. Okay, I'll jump in. I kind of felt like mine was a little bit of a cop out, but it really isn't. Because this was one of those things that hit me like you're at a job interview and they say, "What's your worst quality?" Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm too
I care
dedicated.
too much.
I care too much. Right. But the thing that came up, and it's something I realized the other day. It actually came up in a meeting there yesterday. In fact, um, we are really good at Oodle about understanding the why and explaining the why
Yeah.
and saying why we want to do this, why we want to do that. Where
Mhm.
I've seen a place for growth, and I think this isn't just us; it's everyone. It's the what's next.
Yeah.
We're really good about I've gotten reports from other people, either internally. I've got reports from other agencies or other vendors I've worked with in the past. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, this is great information.
Yeah.
What do we
But
do
what
with
do
it?
we do with it?
What's next?
So,
Yeah.
we spend a lot of time in our own heads in our own space doing our thing. Our clients are in their own space doing their own thing. And we have to take that moment to remember we know this. We do this all day, every day. Not everyone does.
Yeah.
Here's the best ways you can utilize this.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things that's like hit me here recently is like, it's the be a little better.
Yeah.
It these sort of explanation pieces.
I had something really specific about that. I wrote down ROI and return on ad spend ROAS stories are important, but they're hard to tell.
5 minutes.
Wow,
We
that
got
was
it.
yeah. We get additional time for that. ROI and ROAS stories are important, but they're hard to tell. And I think that's somewhere, Josh. Where we are really great at putting dashboards together,
Mhm.
and the people on our teams who are talented at what they do are really good at looking at data and understanding whether a campaign is working well or not. But our clients don't do what we do every day, and they've really helped us this year, whether they knew it or not, understand that we've got to tell really great ROI and ROAS stories, not just to them because they're marketers, but to their leadership who might be a finance guy or like a sales guy or
Mhm.
something. So I think that kind of we're kind of talking about the same thing in different levels of specificity.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had two that stood out to me pretty quick. One was the depth of revenue impacts are so far stretching. The summary out there across every client we work with is it's a little hard right now, and they're trying to work their ways around some longer tail impacts than, things that we saw at the end of COVID or things that we saw at the end of the difficult 2022 Q4.
Yeah.
So that has been a huge one that I'm feeling and seeing us that we're going to be continue helping clients with throughout 2024.
Yeah.
The next one is partnership focused communication. I thought I knew what good client partnership was until some really great partnerships that came to life this year. We have won more awards for integrated campaign work, and we've had stronger client facing conversations than I have ever had here. And it's been
Yeah.
super encouraging and just a really good example of what great client partnership can look like.
I'll piggyback on that because I think you're right.
Oh.
I think, beach time, is that, you know, the clients that we can have the most FaceTime, well, okay, narrow screen, FaceTime, whether
Yeah.
it be virtual or actual FaceTime, it makes a difference. Like there was the COVID swing of no one talked to anybody,
Right.
but having those just regular conversations, one, it just keeps you top of mind, but it also lets them, they might mention something in passing that lets us say, oh, wait, go back. What was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Oh,
Yeah. What was
oh,
that?
that sparks a thing. And it really does help that, like you said, is that partnership aspect. It really helps keep that connection there.
Yep.
Taking a step back from that, I also wrote down like agencies have to do a better job explaining and communicating to their partners what they do. We have a lot of people come to us and say, hey, we need XYZ. Can you do that? And we say, oh, yeah, absolutely. And then we show them pricing and they're like, that's not what I asked for. Well, in reality, they've got a team internally who is really great at strategy. And all they really need is somebody who's great at placement, where we do both. Then we have companies who come to us and have a completely different expectation. We're able to communicate and say, hey, we're a little bit different. We do strategy and placement. And they say, oh, wow, wouldn't that be nice if I had that, at my disposal? So I think that's it kind of feeds into another one I had, that vocabulary for marketing is very different depending on the marketer and organization you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of establishing what words and language and what you mean by what you say is important first step when you're partnering with your clients.
So
Yeah.
shockingly, the theme is communication.
Yeah.
Let's everybody just talk more.
Yeah.
Let's just remind each other.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it goes like doubling back on my two. It's to your point, Josh, like communicating about the revenue impacts, communicating about the challenges that you're facing, and just being as transparent as possible with your partners. It's been a game changer for the partnerships where it's flowing nicely.
Yeah.
And it can be a huge roadblock for the ones that aren't, especially ones where we have some really long tail things that our clients and brands are up against. And I think it's just going to be so important in 2024 to power through those.
Nice.
5 minutes. I got one more bonus one that kind of goes off of that. I can't help
because we have the dog, so we got bonus time. So
we got bonus time because of the dog. So my bonus one that goes along with that is that the agencies and partners can help marketing and sales teams connect. Lots of companies have great relationships, but they don't know how to work together. Some companies have contentious relationships between marketing and sales. What we see on our level is marketing and sales partnership is essential to the success of marketing campaigns. And we've kind of like started learning how we can help clients with those partnerships. And I think that's going to be something that we really try and hit hard and take into 2024. And that doesn't really have to do with our partnership necessarily with the client partner we have in the marketing team, but like helping enable them to have partnership internally. That's something pretty valuable, I think.
I mean, it goes back to that communication thing. It's a story we've heard. Again, you talk about communicating the ROI or the ROAS to other people. Sales sometimes wonders, why is marketing doing this? That doesn't get me a lead.
Yeah.
It does, but we got to start up here.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
It's still the communication piece. It's still keeping that all together. I think that's a good one. Yeah, I didn't think we would all end up as close together on that one as we did. So
we should have just said communication and then made the little 5-second marketing hour.
This could have been the 5-second marketing hour. What's the thing you learned? Communication. And out.